Welcome to Fun Facts Daily, your source for just the good stuff. Monday through Friday, we're bringing fun facts and news you can use, all carefully curated to uplift and inform. So give yourself a break, relax, and learn something awesome in just a few minutes every day. Hi everyone, I'm Kyle Wood, and today we're going to be learning all about the Ozarks, a massive, roughly 47,000 square mile area that spans across parts of Missouri, Arkansas, Oklahoma, and Kansas. But before we get into the facts, let's warm up our brains with a little challenge to see if you can tell fact from fiction. Consider this. When you look at a map, the Ozarks are frequently called the Ozark Mountains. We often picture mountains forming as dramatic, jagged peaks folded and crumpled upwards when tectonic plates smash together. But are the Ozarks true folded mountains like the Rockies or the Himalayas? What do you think? Are the peaks of the Ozarks the crumpled aftermath of a tectonic collision? We'll find out at the end of the episode. Now for your word of the day. Our word for today is karst. That's K-A-R-S-T. A karst is a landscape formed by the dissolution of soluble rocks like limestone, dolomite, and gypsum. In the Ozarks, karst topography dominates the landscape, creating a vast network of underground drainage systems. Instead of rainwater staying on the surface to form standard river channels, water quickly disappears underground through sinkholes and losing streams. This process has hollowed out the region from the inside, giving birth to thousands of subterranean caves, natural bridges, and powerful springs. The word karst came from a German adaptation of the Slovenian term kras, which translates to barren, stony ground, or rocky surface, named after a prominent limestone plateau region along the border of Slovenia and Italy. Time for your daily high five, our top 5 fun facts about the Ozarks. Number 1. Big Spring in the Ozarks is one of the world's largest single-outlet natural springs. Big Spring is located near Van Buren, Missouri, and it gushes an average of 286 million gallons of water every day from deep underground limestone channels. This huge volume of water feeds directly into the current river, maintaining a cool water temperature around 58 degrees Fahrenheit all year. Groundwater travels through an underground catch basin spanning over 800 square miles before surfacing in this one spot. The massive hydraulic pressure creates a big surge where the underground river reaches the open air. Rain falling across the region winds through the subterranean rock passages for anywhere from days to years before surfacing at Big Spring. Scientists use harmless fluorescent dyes injected into sinkholes miles away to map these hidden underground waterways. Number 2. The name Ozark came from a French abbreviation for an 18th century trading post along the Arkansas River. French explorers and traders in the early 1700s established a trading post known as Aux Arkansas, which translates to "at the post of the Arkansas." Over time, English-speaking settlers shortened the French phrase to Aux Arcs and spelled it phonetically as the single word Ozark. The French name originally only referred to the lower trading post area, but it eventually expanded to describe the entire plateau. Early American cartographers officially adopted the name Ozarks on territorial maps in the early 19th century as European American settlement increased. Mapmakers initially struggled to define the boundaries of the Ozarks due to its complex terrain of hills, rivers, and hollows. The adoption of a unified geographic name helped distinguish this upland limestone region from the surrounding lowlands of the Mississippi alluvial plain. Today, the name applies to a cultural and geographic area spanning about 47,000 square miles across 4 states. Number 3. The St. Francois Mountains in the Ozarks have rocks that are over 1.4 billion years old, making them some of the oldest exposed rocks in North America. Most of the Ozarks consists of younger sedimentary limestone, but the core of the region in southeastern Missouri has ancient volcanic rock. These exposed formations of granite and rhyolite formed from Precambrian volcanic activity over 1 billion years ago. Billions of years of erosion have worn down the original peaks, leaving behind rounded granite knobs like Elephant Rocks State Park. The Precambrian granite resists the erosion that carved away surrounding limestone and shale layers over time. So today, massive boulders of giant red granite stand balanced in open glades across the St. Francois region. Quarries in the area supplied red granite used to pave historic streets and construct landmark buildings across major American cities throughout the 19th century. Today, this granite is the geological heart of the Ozarks, giving scientists insights into the ancient tectonic history of North America. Number 4. Missouri is officially the Show Me State, but unofficially, it's known as the Cave State because it has more than 7,500 documented caves. The Ozarks are home to over 10,000 caves, and Missouri alone makes up about 3/4 of that. Northern Arkansas also has thousands in its karst landscape. All of these underground caves were formed because raindrop absorbs carbon dioxide from the soil, making a mild carbonic acid that slowly dissolves underground limestone rock over millions of years. The continuous process created a vast network of passages, subterranean rivers, and massive chambers underground. Fantastic Caverns in Springfield is notable for being the only cave in North America large enough so you can ride all the way through on a tram. These dark, climate-stable underground environments are home to uniquely adapted species you won't find anywhere else on Earth, meaning they're endemic to the Ozark caves. These cave-dwelling creatures, known as troglobites and stygobites, include the Ozark cavefish, grotto salamanders, and tumbling creek cave snails. There are at least 60 species found exclusively in the caves of the Ozarks, and if you're anything like me and you're wondering what's the difference between a troglobite and a stygobite, I'm not gonna lie, I had to look up stygobite as I was doing research for this episode. I mean, I knew troglobites from my Mammoth Cave episode, but stygobites wasn't ringing a bell. Anyways, basically, troglobites are terrestrial or land dwellers, while stygobites are aquatic, so they're in the water. But back to the caves in the Ozarks. They also host critical nursery roosts for endangered bat species, including the Indiana bat and the gray bat. Because cave ecosystems rely on delicate moisture and temperature balances, conservation groups work continuously to protect underground water quality across the region. And that's not always easy because water moves through karst rock without the natural filtering effect of fine sand or dirt. So the underground aquifers in karst regions are extremely sensitive to pollution on the surface. And our fifth and final fun fact for today, the Lake of the Ozarks is so big, its coastline is longer than California's Pacific coast. In 1929, they started building the Bagnell Dam on the Osage River to supply hydroelectric power to central Missouri. 2 years later, when it was all completed, the dam formed a reservoir with a water surface spanning over 54,000 acres. The flooded river valleys created a winding shoreline stretching over 1,150 miles long. To put that into perspective, the Pacific coastline of California is about 840 miles. The creation of the reservoir permanently transformed the Ozarks. The water submerged several small towns and required the relocation of thousands of residents and historic sites. Today, the lake serves multiple functions by not only generating clean electricity, it also supports wildlife and recreational activities like boating. Now for some news you can use. There's tons to do and explore outdoors in the Ozarks, and if you're planning to go on hiking trails and into the caves in the Ozarks during the hot summer, you might be surprised it's a good idea to pack a light jacket. And I'm also going to recommend sturdy, non-slip footwear. Good hiking boots are always a good idea when you're going through a cave. The Ozark caves are always at about the same temperature, between 56 and 58 degrees Fahrenheit, all year round, regardless of what's happening outside. And often, what's happening in the summer is very hot weather. Stepping directly from 90-degree summer heat into a 56-degree cave creates a rapid drop in your body temperature, which can be uncomfortable during extended tours, so a light jacket or hoodie can make you feel much better. And you'll also want some good hiking shoes because the high humidity in the caves creates condensation on exposed limestone paths, making the surfaces slick. Packing layers and wearing shoes or boots with good traction will keep you warm, stable, and safe while exploring underground. Finally, the moment you've been waiting for. At the beginning of the episode, I asked, are the Ozarks true folded mountains formed by colliding tectonic plates? This one's a fallacy. Geologically speaking, the Ozarks are a dissected plateau. Millions of years ago, the land was a broad, flat plain of uplifted bedrock. Over time, rivers and streams cut deep valleys and hollows into the flat rock layers. What appears to be mountain peaks today are actually just the remaining uneroded flat tops of the original high plateau. Now, I hope you enjoyed learning a bit about the Ozarks with me today, and be sure to tune in every weekday for even more fun facts. Fun Facts Daily is an Airwave Media podcast. It was written, recorded, mixed, and edited by me, Kyle Wood. Thanks for sharing a part of your day with me. Be sure to follow Fun Facts Daily on your favorite podcast app so you can keep the good stuff coming your way every day. And if you like the show, please do me a favor and leave a kind rating, review, or just tell your friends about it.